Hello. In this activity, you're going to explore this concept of the thermal expansion of water, which basically just says if you heat water up, it expands. So we're going to prove that by doing a video lab, and you're going to record the responses in a student response document. So first off, how do you access the student response document? One way is to download it, and there will be drawings in this, so if you cannot annotate it in your own application, then you can access it in the class notebook underneath your name, assignments in A29. So let's go there now. So this is your class notebook, and again, you're going to have to access it underneath your name. So click on your name first, and then you would click on assignments, and then A29, and then thermal expansion of water will be there. So underneath the thermal expansion of water, one of the things you're going to have to do is draw the setup using these things. So again, there's not much space here, but you can click on the draw function, draw a water bottle if you need to. And again, I'm not expecting great art. And if you really screw up, you just erase it and start again. But you'll show these things and show how the lab was set up. You'll answer these questions. And all of this is done in a video, so you'll be able to record the data and then answer these conclusion questions at the end. Let's get started on that. So the lab will be up next, and quickly what you're going to do is you're going to state the purpose of the lab, and he will tell you what the purpose is, so you're going to write that down. You're going to draw a picture of the lab setup, and you're going to label these things: light, water bottle, straw, thermometer, and ruler. You're going to tell me, answer these questions about if there's air in the bottle and what color the water is. Then you're going to fill out this data table right here based on what's gone on in the lab, and it'll be very clear what you need to fill out. But there is a problem with the data, so as you go through, hopefully you'll notice the problem with the data, and over here you're going to write down what the problem is or any other notes that you have about each of these data gathering sessions. Then at the end, I'm going to cut off the video, and you will have to answer these two questions, which is explain how this experiment supports the claim that water can expand if heated, and why does this matter. So I will come back on at the end of the experiment and go over those questions again, or make sure that you answer them. So let's get started. Here's the lab.
Lots of things expand when they get warmer. For example, air will expand, like the air in hot air balloons, or even bridges will expand. That's why they have to have those little metal teeth so that the bridges don't crack when they expand. And of course, water expands when it gets warmer. And that's really important because there's a lot of water on the planet Earth. And as the Earth gets warmer, that water is going to expand, and that expansion is going to lead to sea level rise. And that has a lot of big implications. So to experimentally show that water expands when it's heated, we have a 100-watt light bulb, and that's in a reflective casing. And then we have a 750 milliliter clear plastic bottle, and we have some food coloring in there so it's visible. And then we have a straw, and the straw is poked down through the bottle cap, and it's sealed with a little bit of caulk so that no water can leak out. It's also important to note that there's no air in the bottle or in the straw below the water line. And that's important because if we have air, we're not really testing the thermal expansion of water. We're looking at water and air, and we're not going to be able to separate which is which. So we're going to start off at time equals 0, and we're going to look at the level of water in the straw. So at time equals 0, we have 13.5 millimeters of water in the straw. At 15 minutes, it jumps up to 31 millimeters, almost double. At 30 minutes, we go to 43 millimeters, and as that heat continues to make the water warmer, we jump up a half hour to 60 minutes at 71 millimeters, another half hour, we're at 90 minutes, 136 millimeters, and finally we get to the 121-minute mark, that's 2 hours, and the water's almost at the top of the straw, 135 millimeters. So at that point, we have to stop the experiment because the water's going to overflow and we can't continue to measure at that point. If we turn the light off and we wait a while, as the water cools, it'll contract and return to the original position. Now you might wonder, why is all this important? I mean, we've shown that water expands as it's heated, but why does it matter?
So why does it matter that water expands when it heats? Well, using that, what we learned in this lab, look at these questions again. Explain how this experiment supports the claim that water can expand if it is heated. So just looking at your data here, you should be able to support that claim and explain it in words. Then finally, why does this matter when you consider global warming and sea level rise? So why does it matter that water expands? Think about global warming and sea level rise. And then write down your opinion right here. If you have any further questions, please see your science teacher. Have a nice day.